Today we're going to talk about stock photography. Stock photography can be a really incredible resource for businesses that are trying to keep costs down in their marketing and design efforts. There are so many sites out there that offer public domain or commercial use stock photography without having to have any licensing or paying. One of those is called Pexel. It's one of my favorite ones to use. That being said, there is an enormous caveat to using stock photography, especially free stock photography. Here's a few things that you should be thinking of and be mindful of when using stock photography. One, the majority of stock photography comes from Eastern Europe and Russia. So when you're selecting your stock photography, you want to be sure to really take a look closely at the people and the environments that are in your in the stock you're choosing. Look at cars, any signs, buildings. The architecture in Europe and the homes look very, very different than American homes. You also want to be mindful of how the people look. A lot of these people are professional models and honestly look very different from the average person and are dressed very differently than the average person. Two, you want to look at clothing and how people are dressed. So one of the things you want to be mindful of is the cut of the suit, the style of the women's business suit, the skirt length, the type of heels, all these different things that could easily illustrate that this stock is from 2005 and you don't want that. And on that note, another thing to be mindful of for your audience is, are people even wearing suits? Quite a few American businesses have shifted to business casual or even casual environments where a business suit is not often something that anyone wears outside of very, very specific formal events. So that's a number one way to kind of disconnect from your audience is if you have these very formal, very beautiful people in all of your stock photography shoots. Last thing you want to be thinking about that's also a dead giveaway is technology. Phones and laptops are dead giveaways that the stock you're using is older than even 3 or 4 years. The pace at which phones and laptops change in terms of getting slimmer, for laptops getting slimmer, for phones getting larger, is yearly. And an additional problem is that everyone knows what they look like. Everyone is surrounded with these items. So it's an instant subliminal message that if someone in your stock photo is holding a phone that's, say, from 2012, that's a dead giveaway that your stock is old and it makes your company not look relevant. So be mindful of the stock you're using, utilize these great free resources. Always give a shout out to the photographer if you are using them for free. And to recap, look at dead giveaways for culture outside of the US, fashion, and technology. That's all for today. Talk to you later.